Welcome to our personality interview segment, The Aviator. Our guest is Saleh Dunama.
Saleh Dunama is an embodiment of experience and professionalism in the aviation sector. He has held several positions including airport manager, director of security, and director of procurement. Others are director of projects and currently the managing director of Federal Airports Authority of Nigeria.
Federal Airports Authority of Nigeria is a parastatal under the Federal Ministry of Transportation in the aviation sector. Federal Airports Authority is a federal government company. By that implication, the organization was created to develop, maintain, and manage federal government-owned airports nationwide. Presently, the Federal Airports Authority of Nigeria is managing 23 airports that belongs to the federal government, and we are also providing security service and search and rescue, fire search and rescue service in other airports that belong to either state or private. These airports include the Gombe Airport, the Bauchi Airport, the Kebbi Airport, and the Dutse Airport. These airports belong to state government, and we are providing some services there. Statutorily, they cannot provide security service, for example. So we are giving them security, we are giving them fire and rescue, and then we are also giving them marshalling, that is aircraft marshalling service in these airports. Now, it's a huge responsibility. We have a lot of technical staff out there. Most of these technical staff are well trained in the areas of responsibility, and the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority gives us standards and procedures that we need to adhere to, and they check us from time to time to make sure that we are complying with what is written in our books in terms of either manuals or, of course, generally manuals that are approved by the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority. So we are guided strictly by these provisions. And not only that, ICAO, International Civil Aviation Organization, also have standards and recommended practices that we are supposed to use in providing these services. As you know, aviation is international. All the standards are the same all over the world, guided by the International Civil Aviation Organization. So this responsibility, like I said, is huge, and it can only be provided if you have sound technical staff on ground. Training is it's a continuous thing. We do a lot of training. First of all, for the operational departments, that is security, fire, and operations themselves, they do training almost every day. Because before you resume for a duty, there is a talk, and it's all part of training. You'll be reminded, you'll be told what is happening, what is the current situation of the station, what is the current situation of the equipment, you know, and then what happened during the last shift. So before you take over, there's this talk, a brief from the outgoing shift. The shift leader will now brief you, and this is the situation, this is that. It's all part of the training. At the end of the day, or at the end of every month, the report comes to the headquarters. Now the headquarters can now organize, if it is happening in all the stations, or if it is happening in only one station, we find a solution to it, and that also is brought up in a training. So we have our training school. If we need to bring back some people for what we call recurrency training, they are trained, but you need to retrain them. We'll bring them back to our training school. We have our in-house certified trainers. These trainers are certified by the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority. Some of them are certified by International Civil Aviation Organization. So they are they bring them back into the classroom and give them training. We have also refresher training. That means a fresh individual that is coming into the organization will have to go through some levels of training before you post him to the field. We don't just employ and say, go and start work, no. And even NCA, Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority, recently they have also certified trainers. They train our people. So, and of course we have College of Aviation Technology in Zaria. We also send people there to get some basic training. So these are all various types of training. And some also go to specialized schools to get this training. So it's a continuous thing. It's every day. This last weekend, some firemen graduated. Right now, some security people are going training in Abuja. Anytime, any moment, is training in order to keep up with what is happening. You just mentioned security. Of course, security is a big challenge these days all over the world. So in order to keep our people abreast of what is happening, we continue to train them based on what is happening. Sometimes we also receive assistance from other security agencies. They organize the training and we send our people there so that they can meet up with the current situation. For example, the insurgency is not only fun, all the security agencies are involved. So if there's any opportunity for training, sometimes they consider us and they give us some slots and our people attend these trainings. DSS also gives us some slots in specialized trainings. So we continue to train, in various fields and various areas so that our people are well equipped in terms of knowledge so that they will discharge their responsibilities at the airports. We have a lot of things put in place to protect the airport, and but what is happening is that.
What about perimeter fencing?
Yes, we have perimeter fences around the airports. We have perimeter roads around the airport to patrol the airports and so on and so forth. And not only that, all the security agencies that you know in this country are represented at the airport. The police is there, the Air Force is there, the military is there, the SSS, everybody is represented at the airport. So security provision at the airport, if you look at the airport security program, it's a wholesome provision. Everybody is represented and we are working together as a team in order to protect and provide security around the airport. So it's a robust system that is put in place. It has a program and we strictly adhere to that program. But of course, you cannot say that because it's a public place also, you have to allow people to come in. And people that are coming in, there are ways, passengers, people that are coming to see workers, and so on and so forth. So if you have this in place, definitely there will be an element where some people will come with bad intention and maybe they will scale through the security systems that we provide. But it is not always. It's very tight, and we keep changing in order to make sure that the airport is properly protected. With all the security agencies at the airport, everybody is working hard, bringing in specialities in order to make sure that the aviation system is protected at the airports. At the airport, we have what we call the security committee. All the security agencies at the airport work as a group, as a team, under the chairmanship of the airport manager. And the airport manager is the chairman of the airport security committee. So whatever security issues that emanate from that particular airport is discussed and handled by the airport security committee under the chairmanship of the airport manager. And this works very fine. Everybody goes under the airport manager, and then they discuss, and then they disseminate information, and then they effect changes in terms of security provision, and then they also provide solutions to security issues at the airport. Okay. So there's no question of, there's a procedure. I told you we have a security program, and that security program spells out everybody's responsibility, and they work with that. You can see our airports are construction sites. So it's very difficult, a bit difficult for passengers to move around because of the construction work that is going on. Abuja, Lagos, Port Harcourt, Enugu, Kano, all of them are under construction. We have huge buildings coming up, terminal buildings that are bigger than the one that is existing. So the contractors have taken large space around the airport, so that restricts movement for people. This is a huge challenge for us and the passengers. So I want to just seize this opportunity to appeal to passengers and airport users generally that they should bear with us. It's a matter of time. Once we finish these constructions, the movement around the airport will be simpler and we can give them a better service, because these terminal buildings are huge. It is going to give us increased capacity. It is going to give us a smooth facilitation of passengers. It is going to give us more space for concessionaires. If you like, some of the concessionaires are now tight because of space. So car parks have been non-existent in most of the airports because the car parks are locations now that we are using for the construction. New car parks are being built. So I want to appeal to general public and especially the airport users and passengers that they should bear with us. We have remodeled some of our terminal buildings in order to just renew some of the facilities that are there and to also make sure that facilitation is done smoothly within the building. We have installed new facilities in terms of conveyor belts and what have you, just to make sure that facilitation of passengers is smoother. That has been successful. Not all such projects were completed, but we are still on it. Some other airports, for example, Port Harcourt, we are still on it in Port Harcourt. In Kaduna, we are still doing that. In Jos, we are still doing that. We have finished a few. Lagos is completed to a large extent. Kano is completed to a large extent. Enugu is completed. Owerri is completed. So we have completed quite a number of remodeling projects in some of our airports, but some are still under construction. So depending on the resources that we have, we'll now prioritize and complete some of these projects. So it's a huge success because for more than 20 years, 30 years, sometimes 50 years of the construction of some of these terminal buildings, no addition. But we have now added and improved the facility in the terminal building, so it's a huge success. We have also installed new surveillance systems, CCTV in the airports. In Lagos, for example, we have done a lot of installation and we are even doing it around the perimeter fence now in order to enhance surveillance.
English aviator George Kelly, known as the father of aviation, in 1799 built the first glider that could go short distances. His early work helped inventors understand the dynamics of flight, and the Wright brothers acknowledged his importance.
And that's it on the program this week. Thanks for watching. I'm Lillian Izamak. See you next week. Bye.